regarding data and FireDuck, we have again focused on quality and also cleaning up some of the existing drivers for different databases, and FireDuck does support like about 20 different databases natively. We have improved some of the tools and utilities that come along FireDuck, which are covered in the next slide. And specifically around FD Monitor. Okay, so FD Monitor was greatly improved with syntax highlighting, high DPI support, better SQL output to track commands. Also, FD Explorer has been also improved, and the FireDuck SQL Editor has full syntax highlighting support, and a lot of improvements in terms of shortcut keys while you're editing the SQL code. There's been an optimization in ADO, but the main thing around ADO is that, like we've done in the past for BDE and for DB Express, we are providing a migration path for existing DBGo or ADO components. So there is a refine script that you can run to search and replace within your application the name of components and properties that have a matching native FireDuck solution. But because this is not always possible, we also provide a unit, which is called, in this case, FireDuck ADO.migrate, which offers compatibility. So an old method in ADO that's not in FireDuck is available in this unit. So you can actually migrate your code and move it from DBGo, from ADO to full FireDuck support in a fairly smooth way. And in Refine, we have also added a nice change, which is leaving the old code as a comment. So when we go through an application and we replace properties, components, and so forth, you can see what was done more clearly because you have a comment with the old code and then the new code being active. In general terms, in FireDuck, we've also updated the ODBC driver for Microsoft SQL Server, and also providing support for SQL Server on macOS M1. We've improved the transaction support for MongoDB and done a number of changes and improvements and quality fixes throughout the library. The next and almost last slide in terms of details is around RAD Server and the HTTP and REST support. There specifically, we worked on the proxy support and the HTTP client SSL certificate support for the Android platform, and some improvements on the client side for MIME types and multi-part form data. The RAD Server specific change involved, well, making RAD Server Lite really work as designed, because we still had a hard-coded to use a limit that shouldn't have been there. So now RAD Server Lite has unlimited users, although it hasn't got unlimited performance. We've improved the logging. Now the logs include IP address and date time, so it's easier to go through logs and understand what happened and what's the trouble. We've made it more flexible to customize the configuration for FireDuck connections by allowing you to specify a custom path for the FireDuck configuration files, the connection definitions and drivers. And we have also improved some of the mechanisms for managing the session token, and simplified the development of client-side application when using the MS FireDuck client. The advantage there is that you can use that component to create in-memory data set with the persistent with the proper fields, metadata, at design time, and so you can create persistent fields at design time and have everything configured in the designer without having to write any additional code.